गुरुरेव गति गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरुः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्मि गुरो मम पाहि गुरो सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमभेदकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकादराजुहाव पुत्रेदि तन्मयदया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानदोऽस्मि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः। In my last video, I completed till chapter 15 of Skanda 1 of Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurana. In the Skanda 1, chapter 15, described the Swarga Arohana of the Pandavas. Coming to know of the Vaikunta Arohana of the Bhagavan Sri Krishna from Sri Arjuna, all the Pandavas, they do not want to stay back on this earth. So they also want to discard their bodies here and go to Swarga. So King Yudhishthira, before going to the forest, before taking renunciation, he made Parikshit, that is the grandson of Arjuna, Parikshit as the king of Hastinapura. He crowned Parikshit as the king of Hastinapura, and they all went to the forest, and they all had that Swarga Arohana. They all left their bodies here and went to Swarga. And Devi Kunti and Devi Panchali, that is the Draupadi, they both also, they left their body here and went with them. They all went to Swarga. And Vidura, he also coming to know of the Vaikunta Arohana of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. He do not want to stay here in this world. So in the Prabhasa Tirtha, he also left his body and he went to Swarga. So all of them, they just discarded their bodies here and they went to the place where they were. Vidura came from the Yamaloka, he was the Yama Deva, so he went back to his place. So like this, everyone, they went to their respective places after playing their role in this bhumi, that is in this earth. And now, Raja Parikshit, he is ruling Hastinapura. He is ruling Hastinapura very well because no doubt in it, because he is from the Purus line and he is from the generation of the Pandavas, and so he was ruling the nation very well. And he married the daughter of his uncle. Her name was Airavati. And both of them, Raja Parikshit and Airavati, they had 4 children. And the eldest of them was Janamejaya. He was a very intelligent person, a very intelligent and a very literate. That is, he know all the Vedas and everything. And he was there like this, happily he was living there. And during his lifetime, that is during his rulership, he performed 3 Ashwamedha Yajnas on the banks of river Ganga. Performing 1 Ashwamedha Yajna itself is a great task because one needs a lot of dhana, wealth, then lot of people and lot of priests, the people who know Veda. So to make everything come together and perform an Ashwamedha Yajna is very difficult. Even Bhagavan Sri Ram performed only one Ashwamedha Yajna. But Parishit Maharaja, he performed 3 Ashwamedha Yajnas and on the banks of river Ganga. And who are all attended that Ashwamedha Yajna, they were able to see the presence of the Devas, that is all the Devas, by their naked eye, by their gochara, they were able to see the presence of the Devas. So he was ruling that land very well at that time. Nijagrahaushja veerah kalim digvijaye kvachit nrubalingadharam shudram ganandham gomithunam pada. At one time, he went to the Digvijaya. Digvijaya is said as the tour of victory. The principle of Digvijaya is the Raja, along with a portion of his army, a part of his army, he will go to many lands, to the neighboring kingdom. So the Raja of that land has to confront with that king who is entering in his land. If not, the Raja who is entering in that land, he will take that kingdom. That kingdom, along with the people and the wealth of that kingdom, everything will become their own property. So like this is the Digvijaya. So like this, Parikshit Maharaja was going to the neighboring all the kingdoms, but no one confronted with him. No one fought with him. They all respected him instead. They all came to Raja Parikshit and they all just said pranams to him, and they were so appreciating him because he is the grandson of Arjuna, and Bhagavan Sri Krishna itself helped them as a messenger, as an advisor, as a charioteer. So they all respected Raja Parikshit and gave their own kingdom, property, everything, and they were living happily there. In that kingdom only they were living, but they gave the rulership to Raja Parikshit. Like this, Raja Parikshit, he expanded his territory very vastly because everyone gave their kingdom to him. And the many kings, they just worshipped Raja Parikshit, and because he saw Bhagavan Vishnu when he was in the womb itself, and they praised him that you are saved by Bhagavan Sriman Narayana Vishnu himself when you are in the womb and you saw Bhagavan. Like that, they all praised him. So all the nations came under his land. And he was coming from the Digvijaya like that. He saw a person. He is a Kali. He is the Kali Purusha, the evil spirit in the form of the Purusha in the Kali Yuga. He was kicking a cow and a bull. And that bull had only one leg. So he was kicking and beating a bull and a cow. Who is beating? Kali Purusha. He is beating a bull and a cow. So he saw this scene like this, and immediately Raja Parikshit gave punishment for that Kali Purusha. So when the Sutta Pauranika, he said this story, the Saunaka Rishis immediately asked Sutta Pauranika, why did Raja Parikshit give only a punishment, only penalty? He must have given him death penalty. He must have killed that Kali Purusha. Why did he live like that? For that, Sutta Pauranika said the whole story. When Raja Parikshit, he came to know that this Kali Purusha is entering in all the lands, in all the kingdom. And that is the reason he went for Digvijaya, to get hold of that Kali Purusha. He did not know where he was. So when that Kali Purusha entered the Jangala and Kuru, that land, Raja Parikshit, he was coming from the Digvijaya. He saw this Kali Purusha and he was mercilessly kicking a cow and a bull. A cow and a bull. And that bull had only one leg, and that cow is weeping profusely. And this Kali Purusha, who was dressed in the Raja like a king, but he is doing the meanest of the mean act. And Raja Parikshit saw this scene. He had this startling experience. Dharma padaigena charan विश्चायामुपलभ्यगां पृच्छति स्म अश्रुवदनां विवत्साम् इव मातरम्. And that bull, which had only one leg, and all the three legs of the bull was mutilated, and that bull was no one else but it is Dharma who appeared as this bull. And that cow, it was weeping profusely. And that cow was Bhumi Devi who appeared as a cow. And so now the Dharma is asking the cow, why are you crying like this? What happened to you? You were so lustrous and prosperous when Bhagavan Sri Krishna was walking on you. But now what happened to you? Why are you crying? So weeping like this profusely, just like a mother lost her son. You are just crying like this. What is the reason for it? And that Dharma asked the cow, are you crying because Bhagavan Sri Krishna went to Vaikunta? Is it for that? Or are you crying that in the future you will be ruled by degenerate men? So are you crying for that? And in that chapter, that is in chapter 16 of Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurana Skanda 1, what are all the evil effects the earth will experience during this period of Kali? It is very well described. I will read it out. The earth will be ruled by men who do not have any values or any morality. How true it is? Earth will be disturbed in many ways. That is also very true. People just break the mountains to take granite and stones, and people dig so deep on this earth to build multi-storied buildings. Just imagine how much the Bhumi Devi will be affected by all this. If we ask them, they do not have any other option. So they are doing it. But anyway, it is all great torture for Bhumi Devi, Daridri. And again, the bull asked the cow, the Devas will no longer receive their portion from the sacrifices which is done on earth. In the ancient times, in every house, for every day, they will perform yajna and they will give the devas that offering. But nowadays, performing yajnas are very rare. So the devas will not get their portion of their offerings. So because of that, the devas will be angry and on the earth and the people living on the earth. There will be shortage of water, rain, and even if it rains, it will flood. There will be shortage of water. Women will not be protected by their family or by their husbands. They always fight, they always tutu meme, and the husbands will ignore or reject the women in their family, ill-treat them, misguide them, do not behave with them in the proper way, misbehave with them. And because of that, the children of the family will be neglected. In the place where they go, they will not be protected. They also will be ill-treated. The children will suffer a lot in this Kali Kala. The Brahmanas, without studying the Vedas, they go for money, they go after money and other benefits. They will not study Vedas. They will hesitate to study Vedas. They will become slave for money and power. And the Kshatriyas, the rulers, they will be affected by the ill effects of Kali. They will not rule properly, but instead they will mislead the people and will not treat the subjects in a right way. The countries will be ruined by misrule. People become too selfish. They will become too egoistic, selfish. They will just look for themselves. They do not give anything, share anything with others. So these are all the earth will experience during the period of Kali. So this, the Dharma, which is in the form of a bull, said to the cow, which is in the form, that said to the earth, Bhuma Devi, which is in the form of cow. And again it asked, Yadvambade bhuri bharavatara kritaavatarasya hare dharidri antarhitasya smarati visrishta karmani nirvana vilambidani. So are you worrying, earth? Because Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he relieved you from all the weight, bhara. Bhagavan Vishnu, he took many avatars to help Daridri, Bhumi Devi only. And he performed so many leelas on you, that is on the earth. And everyone thinking about it, remembering it again and again, they are all in bliss. So are you worried because he went to Vaikunta? Or are you worried that because of he went to Vaikunta, you lost all your prosperity, and in the future also, you will not have any prosperity, or you will lose your luster? Is it thinking about it? You are crying, Devi? Like this, Dharma asked Bhuma Devi. So when we hear this story, one must bring to the mind that this is a metaphorical description. It's an allegory, metaphorical description, just to make us understand that what are all the earth will experience during this period. So it is a way of telling in the form of a story. So one must bring to the mind that it is a metaphorical description. So hearing all that, Mother Earth, she said, Bhagavan Krishna has gone to Vaikunta, and because of that, all of us are suffering. See, Dharma, you are having only one leg and you are standing on this earth. You lost your 3 legs and you are standing only with that one leg. Not only by that, when Bhagavan Sri Krishna was here, we all experienced Satyam, truth, purity, Saucham, Sneha, kindness, Shama, patience, generosity, Arjavam, straightforwardness, restraint of the mind and the senses, Shama and Dhamma, austerity, tapas, then knowledge, scriptural knowledge, jnana, vairagya, dispassion, courage, self-confidence, talent, attractive nature of the people, and very important, sensitive heart. They had the fellow feeling for everyone. We all experienced all this. But now, people are bereft of all this because it's the time of Kali. When a person has this knowledge, scriptural knowledge and self-confidence, then they will not disturb anyone in the first sense. So we all experienced all that, but now Bhagavan Sri Krishna has gone and everything is absent now because of the evil effects of Kali. And not only me, everyone is suffering. The people of the 4 varnas, that is the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, 4 varnas, they are also suffering. And the people of the 4 stages of life, that is Brahmacharya, Grahastha-ashrama, Sannyasa-ashrama and the Vanaprastha-ashrama, they all are suffering. Not only me, the Pitur-loka, they are suffering because no one is giving them offerings. The Shraddha karmas, no one is following correctly. So they are all suffering. The Devas are suffering because no one is giving the sacrifices, yajna, in the bhumi. They are all so busy with their own work. So everyone is suffering. We do not have that fellow feeling. No one is realizing it also. So thinking about all that, not only for me, thinking about all this, I am crying and I cannot stop crying. And it said, Brahmadayo bahudidam yat panga moksha kama tabasmacharan bhagavat prapannaha Sashri Swabhasa Aravindavanam Vihaya Yat Pada Saubhagamalam Bhajate Nurekta. Even Lord Brahma is doing tapas to get a glance of Devi Lakshmi. The Devas are worshipping to get a glance of Devi Lakshmi. That Devi Lakshmi, she was here on the earth, but in the Aravindavanam, and she left that Aravindavanam Vihaya. She left that Aravindavanam and gone to with Bhagavan Sri Krishna to Vaikunta. And now she is Yat Pada Saubhagam. She is admiring the beauty of his feet, and she is staying there in Vaikunta. So, what will happen to the prosperity of this earth? So, I am thinking about all this. Tasyaham abjakuli shankusha ketu ketaihi Srimad Padair Bhagavata Samalankrutangi त्रीनत्यरोच उपलभ्यततो विभूतिं लोकान् समां व्यसृजत् उत्स्मयतिं तदन्ते. So the footprints of Bhagavan Sri Krishna that was under his foot, when he walked on me, when he walked on the earth, I had that imprints on me. And what are all that marks? There is Abja Kuli Shankusha Ketu Ketaihi, the marks of lotus, the Vajra, the thunderbolt, the flag, Ankusha, God. So all these marks which was on the foot of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, they were all on me, and because of that I was respected by all the other planets and everyone in this, the three loka. I was respected because of that, because they could see the marks of Bhagavan on me. And so I was so happy, and he relieved me from all the bhara or the rule of the Asuras, and for that purpose only, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he with a very attractive form, he was born in the Yadugula. Ramyam Angam, with very beautiful, attractive form, he was born in the Yadugula. So I was so happy, and I had all that divinity, and I gave a lot of fruits and vegetables and everything, and I had plenty of water, minerals. Now in the Kaligala, they took everything. So I am worried of that. Like that, it was crying. Just imagine this happened even before 5,000 years. That time itself, Devi was crying like this. Tayorevam katayato prithvi dharmayotstatha parikshinnama rajashi prapta prajin saraswatim. When Devi Earth, that is Bhuma Devi, was lamenting like this and crying like this, because Dharma, he asked the reason for it, and she was crying like this. At that time arrived Raja Parikshit. He arrived there on the banks of the river Saraswati, and that Saraswati river that was flowing on the eastward, and at that place he arrived. Actually, it is the place of Kurukshetra, and the Kurukshetra is a place of Dharma. Dharma ruled there, and that's why Bhagavan Sri Krishna selected that place. And in that place, this scene is happening where Raja Parikshit, he saw that startling scene that a cow and a bull, and that bull had only one leg, all its three legs were mutilated, and the cow is profusely weeping, and a man who was dressed like a king and beating this cow and the bull, and it is the Kali Purusha. He saw that scene. And immediately Raja Parikshit got very angry. And Raja Parikshit, in his thunderous voice, he asked, Kastvam acharane loke baladhasya abalan bali naradevosi veshena natavat karmanadvijaha. So who are you? Kastvam, who are you? And that too in the land protected by me. You are torturing the people who are weak, and that also they are in a very lonely place. You are torturing them, baladhasya, you are forcing them, abhalan bali, and they were so weak and they are helpless. And that people, you are just forcing them, beating them. You have dressed like a king, you are dressed like a king, but you are doing the job of the meanest of the mean. So who are you? Kastvam, who are you? He asked in his thunderous voice. Yaswam Krishne Gade Dhuram Sah Gandhivadanvana Sochosya Sochyan Rahasi Praharan Vadam Harhasi. Bhavan Sri Krishna, he has gone to Vaikuntha, and Arjuna also has gone. And in that land which was ruled by the Pandavas, you are doing this torture, beating them and kicking them, and that too in a lonely spot. You deserve the death penalty. Vatam arhasi, you deserved to be killed. Like this, Raja Parikshit, in his very thunderous voice, he was very angry and shouted like this. Because Raja Parikshit, he was ruling that land, and he said that in my land, which is ruled by me, I am from that Puru's line, and I am the grandson of the Arjuna, the great Pandavas, in that line. And it is a shame for me. It is my failure if someone is tortured like this in my land, in my territory. If someone is tortured like this, then it is a shame for me. Because I am from that Pandavas line, Puru's line, and we are all meant for dharma, and that is why Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he served us. He was our charioteer, he was our advisor, a messenger. He decided to serve us because of dharma, not because we are Pandavas. In that land, which is ruled by that generation, such an act, it is a shame for me, it is a failure for me. Who are you? Demanded Raja Parikshit, and he immediately drew the sword in his hand. And he turned towards that bull and asked Dharma, who is in the form of bull, who mutilated your 3 legs? What happened to you? And that you are just so white in color, you must be some devata who mutilated your 3 legs, and you are standing with only 1 leg. And he turned towards the cow and asked, why are you weeping, Devi? What happened to you? Why are you weeping? Who are you both? And Raja Parikshit said like this in a thunderous voice. Immediately, the bull Dharma said, we too do not know who mutilated my leg. It happened. I do not know who it is. And he said this verses, shloka. Kechid vikalpavasana ahuratmanamaatmanah daiva manye bhare karma swabhavam abhare prabhum. We do not know who has done this. Some people say it is that destiny is self-made. The people who follow Vedanta, Advaita philosophy, they say that destiny is self-made. And some people say that it is Daivam, that is the planets. And others, the people, that is the Sharvahas, they say that it is nature. It's nature. It happens like this. We cannot do anything. It's nature. They say like that. Apradaghyadi anirdeshadidi Keshwabi nishchayah atra nirubam rajarshe vimrushasva manishaya. And some people say that it is the act of the Ishvara. The Ishvara, they give good fruits for some people, and some people he select and make them suffer. So it is all the act of the Ishvara, because it is his playfield. This creation is his playfield. Like that, some people say it is Ishvara. So we do not know. I do not know who mutilated my leg. And Raja Parikshit immediately said, you speak the words of Dharma, so you must be Dharma. No one else speak like you, so you must be Dharma. And this is Devi Earth. I understand. Raja Parikshit immediately found it. And he said, Nyunam aghocharaha. All these are because of Maya. Maya hides everything. And he said, Raja said, Tapashaucham daya satyamidi pada krude krutaha adharma shastrayo bhagna samaya sangamadaistava. You had 4 legs, and one is truth. The other is austerity, tapas. The another is shaucham. Another is daya. So all these are your four legs. And your leg of austerity, tapas, is mutilated by egoism, purity by attachment, shaucham by attachment, raga, and fellow feeling, daya, by passion. So all these were mutilated by you. So it is the act of Maya, and it's the act of Maya only who brought this Kali Purusha also. And now you have only one leg, that is the truth, and that also is affected by this Kali. So definitely I must kill this Kali, he said. And see this Bhuma Devi, the Devi earth, that is Dharidri. She was so happy and prosperous till the other day. Bhagavan Vishnu, he took many avatars to support Devi, Daridri only, Devi earth, Bhuma Devi, and now she is so crying helplessly. She lost all her prosperity and she is crying so helplessly. So I must kill this Kali Purusha, and he drew off the sword. And Kali immediately fell on the feet of Raja Parikshit. Kali Purusha, he just held the feet of Raja Parikshit very strongly and requested that please leave me free. Please, I will not do this again. Leave me free, he said. And immediately Raja Parikshit said, Adharma tvam adharma bandhuhu. You are the friend of Adharma. Tvam adharma bandhuhu. You should not come here. And he said to the Kali Purusha, Bhavada kadanchana madiye kshetrena vartitavyam. You should not in any way enter my territory. Because you are the friend of Adharma, and why are you entering here? You go to the place where Adharma rules. Tvam vartamanam naradeva deheshu anupravrittoyam adharma bhugaha lobo nridam sauryam anaryam maho jeshtacha maya kalahascha dambaha. So these are the places where adharma rules. What are the places and what are the gunas? Where there is lobha, greediness, anrutam, untruth, chairyam, that is stealing and all that, deceit, everything. Anaryam, no culture, vulgarity, people behave in a very uncultured way. Anaryam. Jeshta, where there is a place for inauspiciousness, when the people are not clean, telling all that bad words. Maya, deceit. Kalaha, fight. When there is fight in any place, definitely adharma rules there. Damba, hypocrisy. So these are the places where adharma rules. So go there. You are the friend of adharma. Why are you entering in my land like that? Raja Parikshit, he just said in his thunderous voice, Navartidavyam tat adharma bhando dharmena satyena cha vartitavye brahma varte yatra yajanti yajne yajneshwara yajnavitana vijnaha. So this place is Brahmavarta, that is the Bharata. So you are entering in this place. Do you know what place is it? Here, the people, where there are many Vedic Pandits, many people worship Bhagavan Vishnu as the Yajna Purusha. He is the Yajneshwara. They all perform yajnas and worship Bhagavan Vishnu as the Yajna Purusha. Such a holy place is this Brahmavarta. You should not enter here. In this place, people observe dharma, truth, and they chant Vedic mantras. They worship Bhagavan Sri Hari. So this is not the place for you. You go to the place where there is adharma, Raja Parikshit said. And he said, Yasmin Hari Bhagavan Yijyamana Yijyatma Murti Yajatamsam Tanoti Kamana Moghan Stira Jangamanam Antarbahivayu Iva Esha. All the people here perform yajna and they worship their deities. Bhagavan Vishnu, as the indwelling spirit of all the deities, he is like air, he is everywhere, he pervades everywhere. He is the indwelling self of all the deities. So, whatever deity they worship, they are worshipping Bhagavan Vishnu in that form of that deity. So, this is a place where Vedas are chanted. Vedic mantras are chanted, the scriptures are heard, the scriptures are read. Go away from this place, Raja Parikshit said to Kali. And he was about to kill Kali, and at that time, Kali, in fear, replied, Rajan, I am so scared of you. I will not enter in this place. Please give me some place. I will stay there. I will not come anywhere in your territory. I will confine myself to that place. I will not come anywhere. अभ्यर्थितस्तदा तस्मै स्थानानि कलये दधौ द्यूतं पानं स्त्रियस्यूथा. And Raja Parikshit gave 4 places for Kali to stay. What are the places? The place it is Dyudam, that is where gambling takes place. The place where gambling takes place. Panam, where people take intoxicants like liquor or drugs like that. Striya, where women are not treated in a moral way. And the Syuta, that is the place where physical assault takes place, or like that slaughterhouses, or in many places also the fellow men, they torture other person. We have heard of some places like that, third grade prisons like that. We have heard, we have read in newspapers that there the officials, they just torture the inmates. Of course, they might have then done some sins, but there is no rule or no authority for any person to torture other person. That is the most inhuman way. But some places are like that. In all that places, Kali resides. And the Kali not only makes the person who suffer, he will affect the person who give punishment also. One should remember that. So what are the ill effects of Kali is, the people who go to these places by time, they will be ruined. They may not find the proper reason for it, but they will be ruined by their power and wealth and everything. So they will suffer in one way or other. First thing, they are doing papa, and the next, all these places are inflicted by Kali. So if the Kali is ruling there and Adharma is ruling there, so that will affect them and corrode their life or their future generation of those places, because the Kali may affect us. So one must not think the people who lead the Sattvic life, they must not even think of those places. पुनाश्च याचमानाय जातरूपमधां प्रभुः ततो नृतं मतं कामं रजो वैरं च पंचमम्. And when Raja Parikshit gave these 4 places, Kali Purusha, he requested Yachamanaya. He requested Raja Parikshit, please give me one more place. And Raja Parikshit very intelligently gave the place for Kali to reside, that is the place where gold and diamonds are kept. One might wonder that the place where gold and diamonds are kept is the place of Vasasthala of Devi Lakshmi. Definitely it is like that. But Raja Parikshit said the place where diamonds and gold are earned by adharmic ways, by killing others, deceiving others, by taking away others' property, by telling lies, earning money, corruption, by that way when wealth is, gold and diamonds are there. So in all that places where diamond and gold are there, earned by adharmic ways, there Kali resides. And Kali resides by time. It will just corrode their life of the people who own it or their generation. They cannot use that money. So that is the place where Kali resides. So Raja Parikshit, without killing the Kali Purusha, he gave these 5 places for Kali to reside. And immediately Kali Purusha, he accepted it and he went there where the places where Dharma rules, and in these 5 places he is staying. So what it means by this story is, that is this metaphorical description is, when a person worship Bhagavan Hari, Bhagavan Vishnu in any way, and perform the austerities, purity, and follow dharma, mainly dharmic way of life, and worship Bhagavan Vishnu, then he will not be affected by Kali. So you may wonder, if it is not affected by Kali, I am a bhakta of Bhagavan, then why so many all that bad incidents are happening to me? I do not have any prosperity. One may think like that, but the reason for that is because of our prarabdha karma. One has to experience the prarabdha karma only, because it is our own action, so we have to take responsibility. But the point here is that if you are a worshipper of Bhagavan Vishnu, any avatar or any form of Bhagavan Vishnu or Bhagavan Shiv or Devi Rajarajeshwari or any divine form, then even if we experience bad times, we will not feel it, or we may be able to come over it. Definitely there will be obstacles, but we will be able to cross over it. That's the point here. But the people who do not follow dharma, who are not the bhaktas of Bhagavan, then they may not be able to cross over it. Their life will be ruined by it. So that's the point here. So after this incident, Raja Parikshit returned to Hastinapura and he ruled the nation upholding dharma. So he ruled the land that was given to him by the Pandavas. So the Raja Parikshit, he controlled that evil spirit Kali of this yuga. And only because of that, we are able to do sacrifices on this land, and we are able to worship Bhagavan Vishnu. And we even in the Naimisharanya forest, the Saunaka Rishis, they are able to perform this great satra only because Raja Parikshit prepared the ground for it. Raja Parikshit, he prepared the ground for the future generations to worship Bhagavan. So that is the greatness of Raja Parikshit. So with this ends chapter 17 of Skanda 1 of Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurana. I will continue with the next chapter of this Skanda in my next upload. Shri Narayana Khila Guru Bhagavan Namaste.